cause I gotta live the day. Get my cash right, cause I spent it all last night. Said I'm good to go, only if the bag right. Hit it, then you know I gotta do the dash right. Told her how I'm living, welcome to the fast. Get my cash right, cause I spent it all last night. Said I'm good to go, only if the bag right. Hit it, then you know I gotta do the dash right. Told her how I'm living, welcome to the fast life.
Fast life, new chains. Shout out to Kicks and Dale. Y'all better wish me well. Too sick on a different trail. You know how I get down when it comes to the bag. When it comes to the raps, gotta pick up the racks. I'm running them laps, good ass weed. Waiting on me at the spot. Promoters, they loving a nigga, they send a deposit, I'm sending the drops. I'm running around with the baddest, she get the fetty and I get the why. Business on the scene, might like the doors, I'm fucking the shop. The money is out of my range, need to hit the foreign exchange. Turn this cash to USD, right before I hit my plane. That's when I ordered my drinks, then I converted and wrote my verse to this. Right after my champagne, I'm counting my money like damn, I work for this. Woo, now I'm landing, left you where you standing. Guess who still can't trust these hoes, I live with my bandit. I got shit to do, you can't fuck up my planning. If I wanna see tomorrow, then I gotta let it bang.
Get my cash right, cause I spent it all last night. Said I'm good to go, only if the bag right. Hit it, then you know I gotta do the dash right. Told her how I'm living, welcome to the fast life. Get my cash right, cause I spent it all last night. Said I'm good to go, only if the bag right. Hit it, then you know I gotta do the dash right. Told her how I'm living, welcome to the fast. Get my cash right, cause I spent it all last night. Said I'm good to go, only if the bag right. Hit it, then you know I gotta do the dash right. Told her how I'm living, welcome to the fast life. It's the life I chose, living on the road. Let's go take a trip, got a couple shows. We don't even vote, but you know we taking polls. I don't ever stay in place, girl, I gotta go. Get my bag though, I don't even got a pack though. They don't even know me, come and leave through the back though. Asphalt, they been living hella fast though. When they hit the brakes, that's when I go and hit the gas though. Don't get too attached, cause you know that I can't stay. Yeah, I hit the road, I don't even need a place. Life is like buffets, got a lot up on my plate. Finish that tomorrow, cause I gotta live the day. Get my cash right, cause I spent it all last night. Said I'm good to go, only if the bag right. Hit it, then you know I gotta do the dash right. Told her how I'm living, welcome to the fast. Get my cash right, cause I spent it all last night. Said I'm good to go, only if the bag right. Hit it, then you know I gotta do the dash right. Told her how I'm living, welcome to the fast life.
Fast life, new chains. Shout out to Kicks and Dale. Y'all better wish me well. Too sick on a different trail. You know how I get down when it comes to the bag. When it comes to the raps, gotta pick up the racks. I'm running them laps, good ass weed. Waiting on me at the spot. Promoters, they loving a nigga, they send a deposit, I'm sending the drops. I'm running around with the baddest, she get the fetty and I get the why. Business on the scene, might like the doors, I'm fucking the shop. The money is out of my range, need to hit the foreign exchange. Turn this cash to USD, right before I hit my plane. That's when I ordered my drinks, then I converted and wrote my verse to this. Right after my champagne, I'm counting my money like damn, I work for this. Woo, now I'm landing, left you where you standing. Guess who still can't trust these hoes, I live with my bandit. I got shit to do, you can't fuck up my planning. If I wanna see tomorrow, then I gotta let it bang.
Get my cash right, cause I spent it all last night. Said I'm good to go, only if the bag right. Hit it, then you know I gotta do the dash right. Told her how I'm living, welcome to the fast life.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Frankie Candles live stream, FOMC midday live stream. Not the regular, you guys know it's not the regular live stream, but welcome back to the Frankie Candles live stream. Every single FOMC meeting right here at around 2 o'clock normally, Eastern Standard Time, guys. But what is going on? Thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate every single one of you guys for spending your precious time here with the CandleMafia. You guys should be able to hear me loud and clear. I see you guys going nuts in chat already. But guys, we've got the FOMC meeting. Obviously, this is likely to bring some crazy volatility into the market. If you remember back to our last live stream for the FOMC meeting, it was actually a little bit lackluster. There was not really that much going on as far as price action. So hopefully we could get some fireworks here. Hopefully we could get some fireworks here during this FOMC meeting. Stay Calm says 14K incoming. Darren Does Things says Pilot Frankie. Yeah, guys. So I think as long as you guys can hear me, let me know if you guys can hear me at least clearly. If you guys can understand what I'm saying, that's what's important. We have realized that I think it is the sound card in my laptop that is making me sound like garbage every time I live stream from the studio. Mr. Blake said I missed the Frankie Candles neon. Don't worry. It's not gone. This is just the office studio, guys. We still got the main studio. We still got the neon sign, so don't worry. But loud and clear. Okay, perfect. Yeah, beautiful. But yeah, guys, this is Frankie Candles, your pilot. If you look out the left side of your window, you could see a massive dump incoming. I'm just kidding, guys. I'm just kidding. But obviously, the question here is, sorry, guys, I'm trying to fix my microphone here. Obviously, guys, the question here is, are we going to pump? Are we going to dump? Shout out to Multisig Dummy. I see we got Dave Digital in the chat. And I do want to break down the charts really quickly, guys, before we actually get the results here, which is coming up pretty soon. So I do just want to say what's up to the Candle Mafia. Don't forget to smash that like button. Every 100 likes we get, we will add a spin to tonight's Wheel of Pain and Pleasure. So that will result in you guys getting some added free stuff. Unknown Bengali said Illuminati confirmed. But yeah, guys, smash that like button. Every 100 likes will get you guys a spin on the wheel on tonight's live stream. And we are doing our 50K giveaway for our 50,000 subscriber giveaway on Friday. So it's going to be a big giveaway. So smash that like button. Tony D has breaking news. Yes, and we will be doing a 50. Oh, yeah, actually, that's true. We won't be giving away. We're going to be doing our regular giveaways on Friday, but tomorrow at 1:30. Yeah, at around 1:30 or 2, guys, we will be doing our 50,000 subscriber giveaway stream where we will be giving away a whole bunch of stuff. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be more laid back, a fun stream. We'll do a little bit of TA. Maybe we'll just hang out. Maybe I'll just read chat. Maybe we'll do an AMA. I don't know. We're going to have fun, though. We're going to give away a bunch of stuff. So it's going to be cool. So keep a lookout for that. But without further ado, shout out to Brad Guydell. Shout out to Chewy. Shout out to Lloyd Roger. Shout out to Steven Atwell. As always, good to see you guys. Mr. Wolf in the house. We got Das Safe. Shout out to V Slim, Bubba's Crypto Fever. What is going on? Hutmo in the house. Stay Calm said, come on, 50 basis point hike. Let's go. Shout out to you, man. But yeah, guys, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right on into the charts. And guys, obviously I believe the projected rate hike is a quarter basis point, which will bring the, let me see here. Let me pull up some notes here. So yeah, if we get that quarter basis point hike, the interest rate will be at 5.5%, a 22-year high. So essentially, guys, if we get 0.25 or anything below that, it's likely that the 0.25 is baked in as of right now. If we get something higher than that, it could wind up being completely bearish. One thing we know for certain is the volatility is likely going to be crazy, right? So make sure you have your stop losses set. Make sure that you're using good risk management. And let's go ahead and start breaking down the charts because that's why we're here, right? We don't. We're just here to see what the charts say. And right now, guys, I will say it is a little bit mixed. I am in a. Let me pull up my trade here. I am in a long position. from back down here at about 29, yeah, like right about down below, right at these lows. I am long. That is in profit while I wait for this to load. So I am long. I am not holding any shorts as of right now. So I kind of just want to talk about what I am expecting to come, what I'm kind of expecting to happen here coming up in the next few minutes. So here we are. Let me pull up this trade. This is on FEMEX. We got a small long opened up 6.2% or 6.4%. Nothing crazy. Getting battered with the fees here. But yeah. Pretty happy with this position as of right now, but I am going to, I'm not going to do it on screen because I don't think YouTube likes it, but I am going to set my stop loss to break even, guys, just because for me, I was talking to the premium Discord earlier this morning. This is not really a position that I am not in at a point right now where I have hit a take profit, so I am just going to risk this, right? A lot of times when I move my stop loss to my entry point or to break even, typically I take profit first, right? I'll take profit, lock it in, and then I'll move my stop loss to break even. But I haven't really hit my first TP yet, so I am just going to risk it for the biscuit, and I'm going to move my stop loss to break even, and I'm not going to take profit here. I'm just going to sit on this, and if we rip, I'll take profit when we hit my level. If not, then I will just take the zero loss. I'll just get stopped out at break even, right? So hopefully, for the sake of my long, this thing rips up. Even if it is going to dump, maybe it'll rip up first before it turns back around. But let's go ahead and shout out to FEMEX. If you guys want to sign up for FEMEX and long or short your favorite altcoins or Bitcoin, you can check our link in the description down below. We always got good deals going on for the CandleMafia. So shout out to FEMEX and definitely check that out. It will also give you access to our dining room, which gives you a little bit of a taste of our premium Discord. You get some free setups, stuff like that in the dining room. It's kind of our freemium section of the Discord. But let's dive into the charts here, guys, and talk about what we got going on. Now, I do want to zoom out here. We're going to have to go through this pretty quickly before we get any decisions coming out here. But here we are, guys. Weekly bearish divergence is printing. That is definitely a point for the bears. Now, if you guys have watched my live streams for the past month or so, we have been expecting a move down before our next leg to the upside if we are going to get it. So this weekly bearish divergence is something that we've been looking at to anticipate this coming. And let me just go ahead and pull up this fresh chart so I could kind of draw it out for you. We've been looking at this on my live stream, so I'm not going to harp on it too long. It should be pretty familiar to anybody who's been watching for a while. But you have your higher highs on your price action with lower highs on your momentum waves, and now we are printing that red dot on the weekly. So this could wind up playing out a little bit more. Typically, a weekly bearish divergence very rarely gives you nothing, right? Typically, it will give you some kind of a move to the downside. As you can see, that is starting to, we are starting to see that already, right? So coming down to the other daily time frames here, red dot and bearish divergence confirmed with money flow coming out on our 6-day, our 5-day, same deal. Money flow kind of flat on the 5-day, 4-day money flow coming out, bear div confirmed. And, nothing really too shocking here, guys, right? Like bearish divergence on the 4-day, you would expect this to happen. And this is why, when we were in this kind of bullish consolidation here, we were calling for a potential breakdown before a break up. And it all had to do with money flow, guys. Now our money flow on the 3-day is coming to the downside. 2-day money flow is also crossed over into the red. This is all indicating a potential bigger downtrend is likely to start here. Now, even if we get a downtrend to continue here, maybe we get a bounce, put in a lower high, we come lower. Even if we wind up coming down to these prices around 26, 27K, I do think we could still put in a lower high or a higher low, before continuing up and cracking our yearly highs here to come up to higher prices for Bitcoin, potentially targeting that 33 to 34K level. However, when you look at the weekly here with the money flow crossover, this is typically pretty bullish, right? So until this winds up coming back into the red, I would expect the longer term trend to the upside to continue. So even if we pull back a little bit here, it's not until we start breaking these lows at about $25,000 where I would flip to have a more macro bearish outlook, right? So as long as we maintain this bullish market structure, I will essentially be looking for higher lows to flip back around and look for some swing longs to the upside. So long term, we're bullish. And then a little bit more medium term, short term, I am a little bit more bearish because of the way the weekly looks right now. But again, because money flow is in the green as of right now, I would expect any of these bearish signals to pull us back to a higher low. And if you watch the show, guys, this is nothing really has changed, right? I've had the same sentiment basically this whole month that we've been trading up in here. So I hate to sound like I'm beating a dead horse, but not much has changed other than the fact that we broke the range to the downside. Thank God, because I was starting to feel crazy. Like, does anybody else see like the money flow coming out? Any other market cipher analysts out there? The 10-hour, the 16-hour, the 12-hour were also crossing down money flow coming out. This is another thing that was expecting us to break down below this range rather than just yeet up to new highs. So more locally, guys, I will say this. We do have somewhat of a bear flag forming here, right? So if we go ahead and grab our parallel channel here, obviously we do have somewhat of a bear flag kind of forming here, right? So this would be a little bit more bearish. Price action looks bearish structure-wise, right? Now, if this were to break down, I want to talk about some key levels that we have to keep our eye on. But just looking here, this is a little bit more bearish, right? And this is why I typically don't trade on these days. I was already in this long position, so I didn't just close the long position randomly. But I typically don't trade, trying to guess which way this is going to go, because likely we're going to get a push up and then a push down, or a push down, then a push up. So usually you get that washing machine action, right? So I don't try to just actively trade that, but I will hold this long in case we do get a rip to the upside. I will look to take some profits a little bit higher. If not, I'll get stopped out at break even. And then if we do get another leg down, let me pull up our live stream chart here and pull up the levels. If we do get another move down, I will show you guys kind of what I am looking at. Now, obviously, we have broken our local range here to the downside, and we did come down and almost tap our perfect level of 28.8K. We missed it by about $40, but price action is messy, guys. It never hits your levels exactly as you want, or it doesn't always hit your levels exactly as you want. But we did come down almost perfectly to our level where we were looking to get into new long positions. That's why I am in this long position right now. I simply trade a plan, and we were able to get that move down into our key level of support. We got our bullish confirmations, and that's what made me enter that long position, right? Now, I do think there is a chance if we do get a move up, I do think there is a chance that we could get a push up to our previous value area low, coming in down here at about $29,754. And this would be a good place to look for somewhat of a rejection. However, if we're able to get over this level, we could expect to potentially get a move up to our value area high, which does creep in a little bit closer to 30,200 to 30,300. And then if we go ahead and pull some golden pockets here, specifically, what is this? This is not what I want. Well, actually, let me pull it. Guys, we're just pulling a fib on a Wednesday afternoon. Is today Wednesday? I think it is Wednesday. But let me go ahead and change the settings here to golden pocket. And then you can see we do have this golden pocket up here. This is another level I am watching. I would actually prefer, I was talking to the Discord earlier today, I would actually prefer to come up to this value area high and then deviate potentially into this golden pocket if we do get a move up. This would be a big area where I would look for a short because it would be a great place for price to put in a lower high on the higher time frames and then continue our downtrend to lower prices. But these are the key levels I'm watching to the upside, guys, if we do get a push up. But again, like I said, with the way that bear flag is looking, it does look like we could potentially break it down first, right? So come on. Why are you deleting the wrong thing here for me? There we go. So if this bear flag breaks down, what are the levels underneath us? Now we have the levels above us that we have to watch. What about underneath us? Well, kind of what I like here, guys, is the fact that if you look at the way price is here, right, we have this little bear flag. If this winds up breaking to the downside, we may be able to come down to break this low that we had here at about $28,840. And we could come down to this other previous value area low that we have down here at about $28,650. So this would be another level I'd be watching underneath us if we do get a breakdown to this level and we're able to get a bounce here. This is where I would start to look for some support. Now, if we start holding support above here, we have to zoom out and notice that this was expected, right? If we do come down here and touch this, it would make a lot of sense, right? Because when you lose that value area high, You reject, bearishly retest, expect to come to the POC, which is exactly what happened. You break the POC, bearish retest, and then this is where you're expecting to come to the value area low, which we did hit a value area low at 28.8K. However, we do have a second one down here at about around 28.6. And if we get this move down, guys, if you look at Market Cipher B, now this week, I do this a lot. I'm going to give a little bit of a freebie here on the live stream. We do this a lot. And basically what I'm looking for here is if we get another lower low into one of these key levels, and there are a couple more levels down here that we'll talk about in a second, but if we get the push down and we put in that lower low, what I will be looking for is basically looking for a bullish divergence to form potentially on these medium hourly timeframes. Our 2-hour could potentially come down, put in a higher low on our momentum waves. That would give us a bullish divergence and a potential new long entry, right? So at this point, if we do get that to happen, I would get stopped out at 0 loss. I would get stopped out at break even, and then I would just simply look to re-enter a potential long position down here at this next level. And again, that level is coming in between, I would say, about 28.7 and 28.6. Now, let me get rid of some of these lines. Now, if we do wind up breaking a little bit lower, there are some levels we have to keep our eye on. And one of those levels, guys, is going to be coming down from our previous range. There's actually a couple of levels, right? Well, number one, $28,000 even is going to be a level that I would watch. Really mostly because it's a psychological level. Let me go ahead and change these fib settings real quick. Bada boom, golden pocket. There we go. So at about $28,217, between about $28.4 and $28.4 and $28.2, we do have a golden pocket. This is the golden pocket of basically this entire impulse to the upside, all the way to the high here. So this could be another level that I will be looking at as support, and then just underneath that. Let me get rid of this dot. There we go. And then just underneath that, at about $28,000 even, would also be a good level to be watching, just because of the psychological even level at 28K. And then we also do have this point of control getting very close to that level. So, I would actually look at this as more of a range, right? So if we go ahead and mark that out as a range, I would be looking for support up in here as well, right? Because once we wind up, now, this is if we break this previous value area low, because if we come down here, we could bounce, right, off of this value area high. A lot of times, price likes to come down and test that value area high before continuing up. And we actually did come down and test this level with this wick right here the other day. However, if we wind up breaking that low and coming down to the previous value area low, and we don't get support here and we don't bounce, we could come down here and test that point of control / golden pocket retracement level before finally getting that bounce back to the upside. So these are the key levels I'm looking at to the downside. And again, once you break below that value area low, not only are you losing our macro value area, but you're also potentially getting sucked back in and accepted back into this value area. So once you decisively get stuck below this value area high and value area low at 28.6, that is where you would expect to potentially, right? Like once you can't get above this, if we don't get a bounce off that golden pocket, you're expecting to come down to that POC, and that POC comes eerily close to about $28,000. And then we did this on my in the Discord earlier. Depending on where you pull your flagpole here for that bear flag, the breakdown does get you in that $28,000 level. So this is definitely possible, right? Definitely nothing, nothing completely out of the question there. So this is definitely a possibility. So that's kind of what I would expect to the downside. So I would be looking for support within the blue box. If we break the blue box, looking for support in this blue box. And you might be saying, Frankie, that's not a blue box. And I'm going to say, what are you talking about? Yes, it is. Anyway, let me go ahead and pull up chat really quickly, guys. But that is basically what I am looking at for this move. If we're going to get it to the move to the downside, those are the key levels. If we get a move up, I will be looking at these are the two main levels that I will be looking for shorts for many different reasons. All right, let's go ahead and see. We got 1,080 people in here, guys. Don't forget to smash that like button. If we get 1,000 likes on today's stream, I don't know. I want to say we'll give away a bunch of stuff, but we're already giving so much away that I'm going to have to file for bankruptcy. But if we get 1,000 likes on today's stream, guys, I will give away away some merch. We'll add some merch to the giveaways tomorrow. We'll add some giveaways to the 50K subscriber stream tomorrow. All right, let's see. I'm ready for volatility. Shout out to Chemistry Bro. Steven Atwell says, Darren, I hear ya. Darren says, we're not going back below 28.4 in my mind. 28.5 is key. Is a key weekly and daily level. No way we break that just yet. I will. Let's see. Let's. What did it say? 28.5. Let's take a look. But yeah, I mean, 28.5. That's the previous value area low. So that is essentially the key level that I have as well, right? My value area low comes in at about 28.6, but 28.5 not too far below, especially because we have this golden pocket. The point is that we do have a decent bit of support down here, guys. And even if we did get some kind of a crazy wick below that or down into this value area to test that POC at 28K, you could easily see a big bounce out of that value area to come back over to the upper value area and then fill this whole value area and then continue to the upside. So again, locally, with this bear flag, it may be more likely to break down. But again, key support here, key support here. I would have to agree with Darren. I would expect some kind of bounces off of these levels. But again, if we don't, we now have context into where price will go next based off of the volume profiles. Let's go ahead and let's see. What's going on? Empowered by AI. What is going on? Add some calf picks to the giveaway. Darren wants the calf picks. Maybe we'll have to add some calf picks to the giveaways. Shout out to Darren Does Things. Dave Digital says, Harmonic Scott said 28.3, then Moon. Let's see, 28.3, another key level. That's right where our golden pocket is. And guys, that's the cool thing about TA, right? You could have these levels, right? Darren said he was looking at daily and weekly levels down here, which I don't have my daily and weekly levels on this chart, I don't believe. But 28.5 down here, daily and weekly levels, which I do believe we do have down there. I have them on my other chart. But we also have the value area low. It's like right between the value area low and the golden pocket, right? So there's like many different reasons. And again, 28.3, I assume Harmonic Scott, I don't know who that is, but I assume he uses harmonics. If we, it's just, you get those same levels, just a different way of getting to them, which is so interesting to me. And part of the reason why I love TA so much. So there he goes, guys. There you go, guys. That is basically what I am looking at here. And now we basically just got it's a waiting game. Let's see what happens here. Let's see if the volatility is going to start kicking in. Let's pull up that 10-minute chart and see if that volatility is going to begin here. We'll even go ahead and pull up exo charts as well. I'll get exo charts nice and ready here. Let's see. There we go. All right. Here we go. Let me put my tick size up a bit. No, that's down. Go up. Go up. There we go. Okay. And let's pull up the 15-minute chart. There it is. Okay, what do you guys think? What is the poll? Okay, the poll is almost 50-50, guys. We got 54% that says pamp it, and then we got 46% said send her to zero. Yeah, this is, let's see. Oh, yeah, the upward, yeah, I see a lot of people looking at this. A lot of people in the office are watching this. Upward trending, I don't know what I'm saying, guys. But here, if we zoom out on the fresh chart, I'll just show you what I'm talking about. If we come up to a higher time frame, a lot of people are just looking at the trend lines here. So I don't typically use trend lines that often, but depending on if you're drawing it to your wicks or your bodies, you'll obviously get slightly different levels. However, a lot of people are looking at these trend lines for some potential bounces. And if you do come down here, depending on when you get there, obviously this comes up over time. It is somewhat close to your, whoops, let me go ahead and unextend this. Yeah, it is somewhat close to your previous range that you got going on here. So, your POC coming in right here again, right near $28,000, 2813, I believe is the number. So if we did come down here and test that point of control before launching back up, it would make somewhat of sense to come down here and potentially test that trend line as well. Like I said, just many different ways to get to the same conclusion. But let's see. I second the vote for bobblehead. Shout out to Dixon Applejuice. I think he said, Frankie, 5-minute warning. Oh, baby, let's go. All right, let's see here. Bada boom, bada bing. Thank you for that, Dixon. I appreciate you, bro. Let me do a little bit of a refresh here. Yeah, we'll make sure. It's funny. It's so hard for me to get the number before you guys send it in chat. I feel like the quickest way for me to get the number is just to wait for someone to be sitting there refreshing their screen and then just spam it in chat. That's probably the fastest way. Like by the time I read through it, I feel like people in chat already send it. So, but let's see. It's somewhere close to your. Oh, whoa, wait, whoa! Shout out to Dave Digital. Let's see. I could try to make a bobblehead. Chemistry, bro. 3D print that bobblehead. Ooh, baby. Pull your fib in that area. I like the way you think there, Metabice. I will go ahead and do that. Pull your fib in that. I like that. Hey, pull a fib around there. Let's see what happens. So your fib here. Oh, let me get back the trend line there. So your fib all the way from down here at about 24.5. Yeah, I mean, you got your fit. You got your golden pocket very close to there as well. But again, just to keep it simple, guys, we're simply just looking at volume profiles, right? So if I was looking at this clean chart, right, let's just go ahead and clear everything. I am simply looking at the volume profiles. So I know I had a range here because we traded this range for quite some time. POC at about $28,000. I'll mark out the POC, right? Then you obviously have your range up here. Secondary range. If we've now lost this range, we have left this area of balance. And what happens to price when it leaves an area of balance? You have a fair price for Bitcoin up here. Once you lose your area of balance, sometimes you bearishly retest it, and then you either go hunt out a previous area of balance, which we know we have right here, or you go and create a new area of balance, right? Oftentimes, you are just looking at previous areas of balance, right? So we are holding above this value area high currently right now, guys. Like expected to get support here because of this previous value area high. Like these levels play out. That is the level that we are holding above right now. If we break below this level, the next likely place for price to go is to get accepted back into the lower range and come to that POC, again getting closer to 28K, which is also eerily close to not only the trend line that we just drew, right? I'm just going to rough this trend line out, right? Not only is it close to your trend line here, it is also very close to your Fibonacci retracement level, your golden pocket, right? So you kind of have decent support in this area. This is what they call confluence. But there you go. So let's see. We got some volatility starting here. Little bit of a dump ski. Let's see. What was the, let's see. Am I going to beat chat? Probably not. Tony, maybe you could beat chat. Oh, no, it's not out yet. Or at least I'm not seeing it. All right. Let's see. Okay, now we're getting a little bit of a pump. Little dumpy, little pumpy. Here we go. Let's check the long. Where is that long? Let's see. Bada boom. All right, here we go. The volatility has begun. Oh, getting a push to the upside. Here we go. Shall we pull up? Okay, yeah, came out a quarter basis point, guys. So that would be, I mean, it's probably baked in, to be 100% honest with you. So kind of no telling where this thing is going to go. Very, 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 very interesting stuff here. So is the bear flag going to break down, or are we going to yeet up out of this thing? Let's see. Bada boom. There we go. Pump it, baby. Pump it. Let's go. Maybe the long isn't dead yet. I'm sure they're going to go ahead and try to liquidate all the longs first and then send it to 100K. And we will go ahead and see if that happens. Let's see. Oh, actually, guys, bear with me for a second while I go ahead and change my, let me go ahead and move my stop here. Let's see. Okay, I already did. Okay, boom. All right, beautiful. All right, here we go. Oh, God, they're pushing it back down, guys. They're pushing it back down. Oh, God, the volatility is, the volatility is definitely popping up here. Okay. Bada boom. Here we go. All right, pushing it back down. Let's see. Dump it, baby. Dump it. Even though I'm in a long, I would rather you pump it, to be 100% honest with you. 4-hour VWAP's been above that zero line for quite some time, guys. This is gonna be violent. I will say this, guys. 90-minute looking for the red dot, 1 hour looking for the red dot, 2 hour looking for the red dot. You also somewhat, and again, guys, I don't typically trade this. I don't trade this live, right? Because even though you technically have a bearish divergence here, right? Higher highs on your price, lower highs on your momentum waves, right? And you're looking to print a red dot here. Although this would be a decent potential short entry, especially when you're looking at the range here. If I pull that range, also at the value area high here, you could reject this high, come back down to the low or beyond. However, with this crazy volatility, guys, it is, I just simply don't trade this stuff. So there you go. But maybe we will put in a little degenerate short here if we get a nice little confirmation here on the lower time frames. Let's see here. Oh God, I'm getting a scam call right now, guys. Interesting. All right, let's see. This is volatility, guys. Let's go down to the 1 minute. Here we go. A little pump up, little pump down. Volatility. Here we go. Let's put on the Heikin-Ashi so we can see a little bit of a, look at these ugly wicks, guys. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. All right, let's see. What do you guys think? Pump or dump? Hit me up in chat. Pump or dump, guys. Pump or dump. Let's see. Let's see. Pull up exo charts really, really quick. Let us see. Zoom in a bit. What's the CVD look like right now? God, CVD is just flat. Let's see. All right, aggressive buyers are stepping in here. Yeah, this is going to be a complete mess here. Dump. I hope pump, but it will dump. Pump, then dump. Little dumpers. Shout out to V-Slim. I hope it doesn't go sideways. I'm full on crab. Shout out to Mountain Man. Shout out to Crypto Crab Man. Probably dump then pump. I would assume it's going to purposefully try to go stop out my long and then go ahead and pump. Unless if I were to close my long right now, I'm sure it would go straight to 100K. But we'll see. Yeah, Funland said nothing to talk about. Frankie, chart is flat. Yeah. And guys, we've seen this happen, which is very interesting. We've seen very little volatility on these FOMC meetings recently. And it's very interesting, right? Because usually, we've seen some crazy volatility in the past, but recently, guys, these meetings have not really been doing that much. It's just been like slight volatility on the low. Like you get a nice little doji here and then life just goes on. But yeah, very interesting. We'll just have to see. We'll have to see what happens. I mean, due to the law of the volume profile, I will say this, guys. You do have a 12-minute bearish divergence into your value area high, right? Technical bearish divergence here. Money flow is also coming out. VWAP is also coming down on the 3 and the 4 hour, right? So that would indicate a potential pull to the downside, especially when looking at the volume profile. This is typically a decent area to look for shorts at the value area high, to look for a move back down to the value area low. That is kind of, that is plausible. A move from this high down to the low would definitely be plausible as far as the technicals are saying. But again, you got to be careful of that crazy volatility. You even have a little bit of a bearish divergence into the value area high on the 1 hour here as well. So we will have to keep an eye on it. We got 1,109 people in here, 416 likes, guys. Don't forget to smash that like button. If we get 1,000 likes on today's stream, we're going to be giving away some merch on top of, guys, we're giving away a lot of stuff. We're giving away a full ETH tomorrow. We're giving away 50 memberships. We're giving away 2 lifetime premium Discord memberships, which you can't even buy. You can't buy a lifetime membership. So to get a full lifetime access to our premium Discord, the only way to get it is to win the giveaways on tomorrow's live stream at 1:30. Just closed my XRP long and it's pumping. Typical. It's those market makers. They watch you. They know. They go, hey, they said they saw you. They were like, Michael Rabakowski, just closed his long. Pump it. I will say this, guys, on a technical level, again, again, if there's any time for the technicals to not get respected, it's probably a day like today. But here's the thing. The technicals would technically, no pun intended, point to the downside between the rejection off this value area high and the bearish flag here, as well as money flow coming out and bear divs starting to print. You got like a nice little 10-minute bear div, 7-minute bear div also from here, rejecting that value area high. So on a technical level, it does make sense to get a move down, but again, a little bit sketchy. Let's go ahead and check on XRP. Everybody's saying XRP is pamping. Let's take a look. Back to 70 cents. There you go. Not a bad look. Not a bad look. Let's pull a range on here. Come up to a 24-minute time frame, and let's go ahead and pull the range here. Yeah, I mean, you came right up to that value area high. Oh, God, money flow looks good on XRP. I'm not going to lie. 1 hour money flow coming up. Nice, tight little trigger wave as well on the 1 hour. Let's check that 16-hour. We're getting a green dot on the 60. Oh, God, guys. If we get this 1 hour money flow crossover on XRP at the same time as that 16-hour green dot, we could potentially see a push to the upside, or a bigger push to the upside for XRP. Next key level to the downside, if you do get a bigger move down, would be... this is not our XRP chart. Let's pull up our actual XRP chart. Whoops. Bada boom. XRP. There we are. Right, so if we get a bigger move down for XRP, and it does indeed not pump, next levels remain exactly the same as what we've been looking at on the live stream. We'll be looking down here between about 65 to 63 cents for the golden pocket retracement, and that would be a decent level to watch. However, looking at your value area here, if you hold support above this value area low at about 70 cents, this could start your journey back up to your point of control, which is coming in right here at about 74, almost 75 cents. So you do kind of have a mixed bag here, because you're fighting your local value area high. So you got to decisively get out of there and get accepted back above. So as long as you hold above this general area at 70 cents, I would expect a potential move back up to your point of control. And that would be your next key level. All right, let's see. Let's see. Hey, Frankie, ADA is pumping a little at the moment. Let's check it. If you guys want me to check out any coins, go ahead and throw them in chat, and I will do some quick analysis on them. Let's see. Oh, yeah, ADA with a nice little pop ski. Bitcoin just kind of lackluster here. Just kind of, so boring, guys. Bitcoin has just been absolutely devastatingly boring recently. Just really tricky, boring, confusing, choppy price action. It's been an absolute not a nightmare. It's just been really obnoxious. But looking at ADA with a nice little pop ski to the upside. Nice little green candle here on the 30-minute. Also fighting to get out of its local value area. If we pull the range here, trying to break out of your value area high here. Take a look at the 15-minute, potentially going to put in a pretty nasty bear div here. Take a look at some of the lower time frames. Yeah, bearish divergences potentially going to form here on the lower time frames. Take a look at the 3 and the 4 hour VWAPs above the 0 line. Yeah, very, very... Okay, Solana, we can take a look at Solana, no problem. Let's see... show me the chart. I will tell you the news. Gazgano, absolutely. I could not agree with you more. Let's see. I kind of expect him to open the door for another rate hike and repeat what he has been saying. Definitely a possibility. FTM for giggles. We can take a look at FTM. Please look at AfroStar. Is that a meme coin? Let's see. Oh, yeah. Let's see. What's Bitcoin doing? Jasmine. The Izzy wants to see Jasmine. We could definitely take a look at that for you. Let's see. Look at this. Oh, God. Come on. Just pump this thing at least up a little bit so I could take some profit on my long position. Let's go ahead and check out Jasmine real quick. Same thing, guys. A lot of this stuff is looking very similar. Let's take a look at the 4 hour. So let me go ahead, and I'm actually just going to analyze this downtrend, guys, because money flow is coming up on Jasmine here. Let me go ahead and change some settings in here in our volume profile, turn off the levels. Going to keep that POC And I'm going to go ahead and make the value area 100 so I could see all the volume nice and clean. Yeah, I would say, yeah, money flow coming up. Your key level of resistance is really going to be this level right here. I'm not going to read the price just because it's a whole lot of zeros. So if you wind up getting above this POC, that's where I would look for a move up to potentially this area. Again, not going to read the prices, but I will put the line so you can kind of see the prices I'm talking about. But if we go ahead and get a bounce off of that level, that's kind of where I would look to come up to some of these highs closer to this area, which is probably going to be very, very close to what the actual value area looks like when you set it to 70, if I had to guess. But a pretty balanced profile on this downtrend. You basically have a bell curve here, which is essentially when you're looking at this volume profile at a value area of 70 with your value area high, value area lows. Pretty close. Yeah, pretty close levels here, right? Your value area high is right up there that we drew that line to. And then obviously your POC we knew was there. But yeah, I would just look at this value area. If you see money flow coming up like this on the 4-hour, I would expect some potential bing-bonging around sideways here because of the VWAP looking to come back down here potentially at some point soon. You kind of came up, came back down, came up, came back down, came up, came back down. But money flow would indicate that the trend could continue up here. So other than some noise on the low time frames, I would expect this once, if you get that money flow crossover into the green, to potentially get you a move back up to the high of your range with getting some turbulence at the levels, this high volume node here, as well as your point of control. But for the most part, it does look like once that money flow crosses over into the green, could potentially get a push up to the high of your range up at about this price up here, 0.004299. But when everything looks the same, it dumps. Too many good setups. Shout out to all 100. Let's see. Okay. Interesting. Okay. XRP still popping? What are we at? XRP? Yeah, 71 cents. Continuing to push up here. Remember, you hold above that 70-cent level, you could potentially be moving up to the local golden pocket here / point of control at about 75 cents. Taking a look at quant. Let's go ahead and take a look. There we go. Let's take a look here. Take a sip of the black coffee. Take a look at the back. Take a sip of the black coffee. You know what I'm saying? Money flow coming out on your 4-hour for the most part on quant. Take a look at the daily. Shout out to Matt with VGP. Shout out to you. Bitcoin is pumping. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. She's pushing. She's pushing, guys. She's pushing. She's pushing. Oh, God. Oh, no. This is scam. This is a scam, guys. This is a scam pump. What is this? Push it, baby. Push it. My long is just like, it just keeps wicking up. Every time I check my long, I'm just still at the same profit. Come on, push her up. 15-minute green dot would be the next. If we are going to get a push up here, oh yeah, there it is. Green dot printing. Yeah, just kind of wicking around, trying to rip everybody out of the market here. Should we degenerately put in a hedge short here? Should we hedge ourselves with a short? Let's see. I would wait. I'm going to wait for these 12 and 15-minute green dots, and then we may enter a degenerate short here, guys. We may take some profit and then hedge ourselves in the opposite direction. Let's see what's going on here with our... There we go. Let me change my candle style here really quickly, guys. Okay. Taking a look. See... Yeah, nothing really screaming at me on exo charts right now, to be 100% honest with you. Back to trading view. Let me pull up chat really quickly. Yeah, just total just crazy volatility, guys. This is what is to be expected. Let's see. Bulls or bear? Bullish or bearish, be careful. Absolutely. Let's see. Chainlink, we can take a look at Chainlink. Sol is flying? Let's see. Oh, there she goes. She's ripping, guys. She is ripping. Let's see. Solana. Maybe I could get back to break even on my Solana DCA bag. That would be pretty nice, honestly. Let's see. Let's go ahead and look at this on a higher time frame. Zoom out just a little bit. Oh, God. Okay, so Sol is pumping here, but when you are looking at your macro value area, we could be bearishly retesting our value area high. Let me extend this range all the way to the right. Oh, it is extended all the way to the right. Okay. So here, I mean, this, I don't remember when we drew this, but we were definitely looking at this value area high, saying, hey, guys, if we lose this value area, or if we lose this this range high here, and we cannot get back above it, you may be starting your journey down to your point of control, which is definitely what we were talking about looking at this move, or looking at Solana. So this is your key level of resistance. You got to get above $25.25 and flip that to support decisively with 4-hour candles and above. Closing those 4-hour candles and above, bouncing on that value area high. If you could hold that, you may be able to get a move all the way, to potentially crack these highs. However, like this is, you got to get above that level, right? That's why we love the value areas so much, because we know that if we get rejected here and we cannot get back above this level, that is where things are going to flip a little bit more bearish. Now, looking at Market Cipher on the daily, VWAP is curving back up on, yeah, curving back up on the daily once you print that green dot. This does actually, daily doesn't look too bad. 12-hour green dot printing. Money flow is generally coming out, though. That I do not like. 5-hour VWAP looks a little bit overextended. Money flow coming back to the upside. 2-day red dot printing. Tech. Yeah, not quite a bearish divergence. Money flow coming up here. Guys, the money flow on the higher time frames looks pretty good on a lot of these altcoins. Just generally cruising up. It doesn't mean that they're going to rip to all-time highs tomorrow, but money flow generally coming up here does not look too bad to me. Let's see. The Golden Jet says, thoughts on BTC weekly possibly having a head and shoulders and weekly red dot. It's ascending, but the target would be around the CME gap close around 20K. Let's go ahead and check it out. Take a look at the weekly. You said inverse head and shoulders? Oh no, just having a head and shoulders. I kind of see what you're talking about. So here's my thing. On the weekly, the only kind of head and shoulders that I really see here, are you talking about this? Left shoulder, head, right shoulder, and it's kind of like a slanted head and shoulders like that with your breakdown target. This is super, super rough technical target at about 20. Yeah, I don't know if that's what you're looking at. I don't typically trade patterns, to be honest with you. I do obviously take them into account as I was looking at our bear flag here on Bitcoin. Obviously, I do take them into consideration, but they don't typically break down. They typically break down more than they break up, but it's not really, in my experience, a reliable way to just trade based off of patterns. If it works for you, then that's great. You should continue to do it. I'm not saying you can't do it. It just doesn't really, it's not something that I pay too close attention to. I just add it in as a kind of a confirmation. But I think that may be what you're looking at. I kind of see it. Again, I'm not a huge pattern trader, so, it does look really like a pretty slanted head and shoulders to me. But yeah, I take that for what it's worth. I don't even know if that is exactly what you're looking at. The Golden Jet, let me know in the chat. Yes, Carl from the Moon was talking about it. Yeah, I mean, I again, like, I would never try to pass myself off as a pattern expert. I don't know really what would entail a pattern expert, but yeah, like I don't trade them very often, right? So I'm not as I don't feel comfortable giving super, super confident, information off of like nuances like this with a slanted head and shoulders. Like, let's see. Let me actually try to draw this. Let me actually try to draw this with a legitimate type of technical target. Let's see. Where is it? There it is, head and shoulders. All right, so you got kind of like your left shoulder, your head, your right shoulder. This is just really sloppy, but what I'm really looking for, yeah, so something like this is kind of what you're looking at. I would pull the technical target from the high. Something like this would be your general technical target if you were to break down. Yeah, it brings you down to about, $20,000, which is where your CME gap is. We do definitely have a CME gap down there. We turn on our CME indicator. I'll probably have to come down to a lower time frame. And there you go, right? We do have that CME gap. No, this is. I come down to a lower time frame. Why does that look so weird? This is get rid of. Let me turn off this plot real quick, guys. There we go. Bada boom. And there's your gap right down here, right? So it does bring, that would make sense, right? That is not impossible. I will say that, not impossible. It does bring you right down to that CME gap. On top of that, if I get rid of this, right? Let me just go ahead and get rid of that head and shoulders really quickly. If you go ahead and pull some ranges here, let me go ahead and pull a macro range. Let's pull it from like here. Shout out to Thesis himself. Says, I am literally a pattern expert in that I literally make my living off pattern trading. That is not a head and shoulders. Shout out to Thesis himself. So Thesis says that is not a head and shoulders, although it does break you right down to that CME gap, which is very, 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 very interesting. Yeah, that is. So there you go. I do see what you're talking about. And the measured move, if I were to pull a measured move off of that slanted head and shoulders, and again, with the slanted type head and shoulders, like I don't know really what would invalidate that as a head and shoulders because I, again, don't really pay much attention to the patterns. But if I were to pull a measured move and draw that as a head and shoulders, that breakdown target does bring you right down to that 20K level. But there you go. Shout out to Thesis. Thank you for that, bro. So there you go. You heard it from Thesis himself. Not a legitimate head and shoulders. But again, I can't confirm nor deny that. So, let's see. There's definitely a copy and paste pump happening. Hey, I hope so. Let's see. BTC doing absolutely nothing. Yes, it is definitely doing nothing. Quite frustrating because I just am dying to have Bitcoin make a move, make a dang move here, Bitcoin. But yeah, just trying to experiment with some of these ranges, guys, real quick. Just trying to find some confluence with that CME gap. But let's go back down to the lower time frames. Yeah, just still kind of ping-ponging around here, guys. Nothing too exciting, unfortunately. Shout out to Mr. Wolf. Gift of those 5 Frankie Candles memberships. I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you for that. Let's see. Someone said inverted head and shoulders on the 30-minute. Let me turn off our CME indicator on XRP. Let's see it. Yeah, it's hard, guys. Because I don't want to act. I don't want to sit here and pretend like patterns don't work, right? Because they do, right? A lot of times they do, and especially when they hit the measured move, the measured technical targets, it is very very interesting, right? But let's see. So maybe there's shoulder number 1. There's your head. Something like that. Head, left shoulder. Something like that, potentially. Maybe. Let's see. Does TradingView, usually what I do is if TradingView doesn't recognize it, which it doesn't always, because it is just like an algorithm that senses these head and shoulders. So it is, obviously misses it sometimes. But if it's obvious enough for a stupid algorithm to detect it, then that's kind of where I'm like, okay, maybe that's a legitimate head and shoulders. But again, I don't really pay much attention. Sure, left shoulder, head, right shoulder, potentially. If you were, yeah, kind of hard to say there. But I just like looking at the measured moves, right? Because like if you go like generally from the neckline to the low, and then you pull to the breakout point, like a lot of times there are very, very interesting targets, right? Like a lot of times it does bring you right up to a level, which is pretty cool. But let's see here. Nope. I guess you do have a bearish divergence on your wicks technically here. Nothing really too exciting. Let's see. Litecoin. Everybody wants to see Litecoin. Shout out to my girlfriend who I caught texting her ex last week. Okay, Matt with VGP. Sorry about that, bro. I did not know that when I read that was going to go that way. That went south real quick. But shout out to you, bro. You deserve better than that. I could almost guarantee you that. I could basically guarantee you that. But yeah, wow, man, dang, that took a dark turn. Shout out to Matt with VGP. I'm sorry about that, bro. That's not fun. All right, let's go ahead and see here. Let's go to 25K and fill our bags more so we can enjoy the journey to the moon. Absolutely. No problem, Brian. I got you, my brother. I got you. I would like to offer some Litecoin TA for the group. It's $100 plus or minus 10 any given day. Shout out to you, bro. Yes, let's check out Litecoin. Probably just not really doing anything that exciting. And there it is. Yeah, just almost as boring as Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin just just kind of bing bonging around here. Very unentertaining here. We'll see. Yeah, starting to get a little bit of a push down here on Bitcoin. Not the come on, computer. There you go. You could do it. There you go. Yeah, like I said, if we take a look at a higher time frame, take a look at the 1 hour, guys. This 1 hour bearish divergence may be the thing that is able to break us down, right? This may be the thing that is able to break us down back to the bottom of this range. Hey, love from Pakistan. Shout out to you, Wakas Shah. Hopefully I said that right. We could take a look at Shiba as well. Chase and Dana said, Frankie is the sauce. Hey, Chase and Dana, don't get in trouble with the police. You got to be careful when you chase people. Shout out to Chase and Dana. I'm just kidding. It says, Frankie is the sauce. I appreciate you, Chase and Dana. We appreciate you, man. Let's see. I'm here for you guys. Buy a script miner. Go. Brrr, let's go. Shout out to Point Dexter. Bada boom, bada bing. Let's see. Better now than after she knew your wallet passwords. That is sure. That is true. Hopefully, Mrs. Candles never hates me because she definitely knows where all my seed phrases are. Luckily, they're in multiple places, so you can't just steal one piece of paper and run away. Anyway, continuing on here, guys. This is just like watching paint dry at this point. I will say this, guys, on a technical level, if this bear flag is going to break down, that would be more bearish. And again, hitting this value area high with a bearish divergence on the 1 hour, it just logically and analytically, you would expect this to reject here. Like this would be a potential short entry to come back down to the bottom of your range, and then you're at risk of the bigger breakdown here. So, kind of interesting. But again, not really a I might put in a degenerate short here. Maybe we'll do it on. Let's see. Yeah, maybe we'll put in a degenerate super low. Let's see. 10 minutes. Should we do it? Let's hit a poll. Should we do a degenerate trade here? Tony, can you ask them? Can you put a poll in and say, should we do a degenerate high leverage? Let me know, guys. Should we do a degenerate high leverage hedge, short hedge against our long here? Let us know. May do it here on the high leverage one. Short. Let's see. Ooh, God, the 45. Oh, God, yeah, this is choppy, guys. Please understand, I don't want to advertise bad behavior or promote bad trading habits, guys. Just understand here, this short would be a very risky entry, and you should not copy trade because that is likely going to end disastrously, especially at high leverage. Go for it, 100x. Don't fear the gains. Shout out to Mr. Wolf. Everybody smile said, yep, not my money. Let's go. Yeah, guys, don't forget to smash that like. Shout out to Empowered by AI. Let's power the like button by AI and put it on a repetitive like click. And let's get those likes up to guys. We hit 1,000 likes. We'll add more stuff. I really hate saying I'm going to add stuff to the giveaway, but it is we're already giving away so much that do it live, brother. Okay. Let's see. Let's try to get at least somewhat of a all right, well, we got the 15-minute bear div printing. Let's see. All right, let's see. If I wish there wasn't as many scam wicks out here. Okay. Let's see. No risk, no Rory. Shout out to Unknown Bengali. I love that, bro. I love that. All right, here we go. Should we watch the stream? I feel like maybe play a low volume in the background. Yeah, we could do that. Let's go ahead and all right. Let's pull up the stream here, guys. Put it in live chat. The website wasn't updating. This is sometimes where the volatility happens, guys. Papa Powell started. Let's go. Can you guys hear that? Let me know. No sound. Okay. Bear with me. I can hear it. It's just low. Bear with me, guys. I'm trying to make it louder here. Guys, I'm going to try to figure this out. Bear with me, guys. I don't know why this audio is not coming through. It should be. Okay, guys. I'm just going to cut this because I don't know why that audio is. This audio is just not coming through for some reason. However, we could still continue to look at the volatility. All right, yeah, I don't know what's going on, guys. We did just get a new computer in yesterday, so that will be set up. So all of our technical difficulties will be dead at that point. So. But let's just take a look at the volatility, because I'll be 100% honest with you guys. I don't even listen to what he says ever. I just watch the charts, right? So here we are. Just still getting a little bit of a dumpski. Not a dumpski, but a little bit of a push to the downside. Yeah, we'll have to see. Money flow coming out on that 5-minute. Let me go ahead and pull my face back up. There we go. Let's see. Matic, we could take a look at Matic for sure. Oh, get another push to the upside, guys. This is brutal. This is like literally like watching paint dry. All right, let's take a look at Matic. Bada boom, bada bing. That is not what I wanted to do. Matic, Tether US. Come up to a higher time frame. Let's see. Same, Frankie. I'm listening on one channel and you on the other. Let's go. Shout out to Crypto Totoro. Not a bad idea there. All right, let's see here. Okay, getting support on our golden pocket here and in our blue box. Did we get a 4-hour bull div into that? We did. That is what we were looking at on the stream. Bearishly retesting our value area low on Matic here, guys. Make it go to 29.9, Frankie. Let's go. Shout out to Pop E22. We'll try. We will try. But yeah, bullish divergence here on the 4-hour as we bounce off that golden pocket. Nice pop to the upside. Bearishly retesting that value area low. Yeah, bearishly retesting the value area low. You got to get back above here. Money flow generally coming up on the 2-hour. The 4-hour, 2 hours, kind of a mixed bag. I would be careful. 90-minute money flow coming up. Daily VWAP. Ooh, looking for the green dot. I wouldn't expect any fireworks for Matic until that green dot on the daily, especially if you get your money flow on the 90-minute to come up as well. I would just give it a little time to play around here, only because your 90-minute VWAP is coming to the downside. So you may be able to bing bong around a little bit before finally getting that green dot on the daily to flip this value area low to support, in which case your next likely stop would be this level right here at about 73 cents. And then obviously if you flip that, you will start your journey likely to the value area high coming in closer to about 79.5 cents. However, I don't know if you're going to get that very quickly. Money flow would suggest on the medium and lower time frames that you could get at least a move up to your POC. But short, immediate term, I would be very careful. Because even on the lower time frames, like your 24-minute, this VWAP is rolling over. And yeah, that would be a little bit more bearish. But money flow is looking good, right? So I would really just be careful of just some noise going on here. I do think you could potentially get above that value area low, though, and then see a little bit more upside based off of money flow, guys. Based off of money flow. Let me just check on chat, make sure I didn't miss anything. Shout out to Thesis himself, said there's a specific way patterns must form in order for it to be valid. One way of looking at a pattern at it is pattern trading can be like trading the difference between value areas. Where value areas is trading within the range. Gotcha. Interesting. I've never heard that take thesis. I've never heard anybody look at it like that. Interesting. So you're saying it's like trading the areas between value areas. Interesting. Yeah, you need to add it inside OBS. Yeah, that is what I was trying to do. However, yeah, like, it is. Desktop audio is there. It is on. The volume is up. Yeah, I just don't know. Audio. Yeah, I don't know. Application audio capture. Let's see if I can get that going. Hang on. Let's see. Bear with me, guys. Maybe we can get this audio going. Maybe we can. I don't know what you guys are going to hear here, but hopefully it's the right thing. I don't think it worked. Yeah, guys, I think it's the sound card on this computer, if I'm being honest with you. I really do. So forget this live stream, that's for sure. But yeah, there we go. Nice pop over the value area low on Matic. There we go. Still be careful though. VWAP's cooling off. Bitcoin, kind of getting a pump. Whoa, look at this. Oh, I hate this, guys. This is so boring. This is so boring. Oh, God. Well, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens here. 1 hour. Check that 1 hour. Is that bear div printing yet? Nice little push. We'll see. Maybe the bear div will get invalidated. Maybe we'll get some kind of launch to the upside. My long will be happy, guys. My long will be happy. All right. Let's see. Shout out to Crypto Military Vet. Welcome to the muscle, my bro. Thank you for being here. He sounds hawkish. All right, let's come down. It's on their end, not you. Interesting. Shout out to Capped Planet. Gold is pumping. Nice. I love FOMC. Bing bong. Shout out to J-Rod 420. Shout out to you, bro. Thank you for being here. ETH looks like it's moving up. Can you do some TA on INJ? Yes, we could take a look at ETH and INJ. Let's go ahead and look at it. Actually, let's check the Dixie real quick. Dixie dumping. Dixie, I mean, that would be a, wow, talk about respect on that level. Jeez. But yeah, Dixie dumping, that should be good for, ETH. ETH, guys, why are we even looking at Bitcoin? ETH with the move up here. Bitcoin dominance has to be coming down. That is for dang sure. Yeah. There you go, guys. There you go. There you go. XRP? Is XRP about to get a big move up? Thesis said, yes, it can be like trading the move between value areas. That's what breakout and retest is. For example, if you get a breakout on a falling wedge, the technical target is often the POC of the previous range, which is the retest. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Shout out to Thesis. I've never heard of anybody look at it like that. That does make a lot of sense, though. Shout out to Thesis himself. Appreciate you, bro. Let's see. XRP moving up again, 71.63, not too far off of what we were looking at before. But let's check out ETH. Where is the next stop for Ethereum, or Erythrium, as your grandmother might call it? And there we go. We are headed right into our next level of resistance. Here we are hitting our golden pocket / short zone. I believe we found these levels last night, saying if we can hold support on that value area low, look for a move up to our next box here. We got a local golden pocket, a POC, and nice confluence with the 786. You may be able to get a little bearish confirmation here, but let's take a look at money flow. Daily green dot looking to print here on Ethereum. Not a horrible look. 12-hour. See, 6-hour. Oh, man, this thing pushed up. Very nice. Very nice. And guys, shout out to the volume profiles. Where is your, where'd you go? Straight to your POC almost, right? Looking for a push up to that POC. But other than that, take a look at the 4-hour. Green dot print, green dot confirmed. Money flow kind of indecisive there, if I'm being honest. Money flow kind of trending up on the 2-hour. Your 1-hour money flow crossed over into the green. 16-hour green dot confirmed. No real confluence there. Money flow in the higher time frames, guys. Remember what we talked about on the live stream last night. Money flow in the higher time frames is coming out. This makes me more interested in shorting the lower highs rather than looking for moonshot longs, especially with the way the weekly looks like on Bitcoin with the bearish divergence and Ethereum getting the red dot on the weekly as well. Not as bad as a bearish divergence. However, that red dot is likely to give you another move to the downside. I would be watching this weekly candle. If we could close this weekly candle green or even close it as somewhat of a bullish hammer that it is forming right now, that could indicate a reversal back to the upside. So I would watch this weekly candle when you confirm it on in 4 days and 6 hours, but not looking too bad for Ethereum, just right up against our next level. If we break this previous level and we do not get a rejection here, I will be looking for a move up to your value area high and a potential deviation into this local golden pocket for a potential short entry. Take a look back at Bitcoin. Bitcoin, do something. Bitcoin. Listen, I know you think this is a cool candle, but you got to look at Ethereum. You got to look at some of these other coins. They're moving. You're falling behind, my man. You're falling behind. Hustle. Hustle. Come on. Push it up, baby. Push it up. All right. Let's see. CandleMafia. What is going on? Brian Martinez. Welcome in. Darren Does Things just shouting out J-Rod. Let's go. In 150x long from 29.1 LFG. Let's go. Let's see. Money barely coming up. XRP moving up. Yeah, XRP kind of chilling where we were looking at it. There we go. Holding above that 70-cent level, guys. Come on. Holding above that 70-cent level. Remember, if you could hold that level, can you guys tell that I need that we needed this new Mac because I could barely run TradingView here. I think it's ExoCharts, which is probably holding us back here. But yeah. Here you go. Hold that level, guys. Looking for a move up to the POC. Can we get the same move on XRP as we did on Ethereum? Hopefully we can. Let's see. Gala. Dave Digital wants Gala. We gotta show Dave some love here. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at Gala. Not take a look at Dave Digital. I almost said let's take a look at Dave. Everybody look at Dave. Everybody, eyes in chat. Everybody stare at Dave right now. Shout out to Dave. Let's take a look here. Okay. Bada boom, bada bing. Let's check it out. So let's go ahead and pull our range here. We got our lows. I'm going to pull it here. All right. Deviating from the range. Let me see if I pull it a little further. Okay. Yeah. We've deviated from the range, guys. Next logical level I would be looking at here will be the value area low of the range. A little boom, a little boom. I would look for resistance here potentially. However, if you can reclaim the level, let me pull some fibs here. If you could reclaim that level, it would be overall bullish. And I will say this, guys, higher time frame money flow on a lot of this stuff, right? This looks bullish. I'll be honest with you guys. The altcoin money flow on the higher time frames looks more bullish than Bitcoin. However, yeah, like money flow generally coming up on the 3-day, the 2-day, and the daily is kind of ping-ponging around, kind of a little bit choppy there on the daily. However, you now have the context here, right? You do have some golden pocket confluence here at your value area low, so I would be careful of a potential rejection here, right? So make it purple for rejection. And then obviously, let me see where this, let me see where the 786 is on this. Let me see. Turn on the 786. Yeah, I would look for. Yeah, I mean, this is a general rejection area, right? If you come up, bearishly retest that POC, you may get a breakdown, but there's no telling if you're going to reject that value area low, because sometimes you do like to get that rejection, but you do have a nice bull div here on the 2-hour, 4-hour as well. This might be a significant bottom. This could be a significant bottom. I would like to see money flow coming up a bit more here. Money flow is kind of ugly on Gala. But there's your key levels, Dave. Your key level here to get above is you want to flip the value area low at 0.02391 cents to support. Once you do that, you could potentially get a move up to your POC and beyond. But you got to get above that value area low. And I would be careful. It's not until you start flipping that POC that I would really be getting very bullish on, not very bullish, but before I would expect higher prices potentially coming into that 2.5 cent level. I wouldn't be expecting that until we flip that POC. You got a decent bit of resistance here. Let's see. Zoom out a bit. Oh, interesting. This is also. Zoom out a bit more. Yeah, this is an interesting level. You got to flip that level. This is an interesting level for more reasons than one. So there you go. That's what I would be looking at, Dave. Shout out to Dave. Did everybody look at Dave? Everybody stare at Dave. Shout out to Dave Digital. Let's see. Bada boom, bada boom. Dump incoming. Shout out to everybody. Smile. Can you look at Doge? By the way, I'm long from 65 cents. Or I'm sorry, 0.06.5 or 6.5 cents, I should say. Let's go ahead and take a look at Doge. Bada boom. Take a look at the daily. Let's see. 3-day money flow coming up. That doesn't look too bad. I'm telling you guys, the money flow on the altcoins on the higher time frames don't look bad. 2-day money flow crossover. You're definitely overheated on Doge. Definitely overheated on the 2-day, but money flow crossing over into the green would indicate to me that the uptrend may continue to play out here. However, I would be careful of some pullbacks coming up here soon. Number one, you have the 2-day red dot looking to print somewhat soon, maybe in the next day or two, right? However, if we come down to the 12-hour, red dot printing, no divergence on the 12-hour. However, you do have the red dot. I would expect somewhat of a cool off to come in here. And let's go ahead and pull a range. Let's go ahead and pull a range here. Boom. So yeah, I would potentially, if these are some levels I would look at for a pullback, I would watch the POC. If you pull back to the POC, this would be a good place to flip to support, right? We kind of already flipped it right here. You broke up, tapped it, came back up. However, I would look for a potential move back down to the POC. So right here at about 0.07278 cents is going to be a level I would watch. Obviously, you want to watch the value area low. And then after that, you do have your golden pocket down here, which would be a likely place to come back and retest. However, I don't know if I would be looking at that whole. Yeah, I don't know if I would be looking at this fib. I may want to look at. I would. If you deviate from the range, I would watch this golden pocket. However, you might not get down that low. You might not wind up, deviating away from your range like that. So I would watch this box here. the golden pocket between about, 0.0648 cents and 0.0634 cents. And then also be obviously watching your value area low in your POC. If you do pull back, I would look for bounces here though, right? Because of the way money flow looks, right? If you get a pullback, that 2-day red dot prints, maybe you pull back to the POC or below, but I would look for this to potentially get a big bounce and potentially come back up to your value area high, just with the way that the 2-day money flow is looking, crossing over into the green. Your 3-day money flow is generally coming up. But yeah, I would definitely look for a cool off in the immediate short term. Here comes the dump. Here comes the dump. Let's see. So there's Dogecoin, guys. Shout out to Tony D. Guys, I want to make a thank you, bro. I want to point something out here, guys. Tony D is not my assistant. Tony D is the COO of Frankie Candles. But for some reason, he likes to he's like, I'll get you coffee, boss. And I'm like, no, don't do that. That's not your job. And he still gets me coffee. What a guy. Shout out to Tony D, guys. Show some love to Tony D in the chat. Keeping Frankie all caffed up to sit here and do the TA. Kevin O'Leary, shout out to Kevin O'Leary in the chat, guys. Kevin says, Frankie said there's a bear with it. Frankie said, I think I said bear with me. So he said there's a bear with him. Market's going to dump. Hint, hint. Shout out to Kevin O'Leary. Knows how to read between those lines. So yeah, if we get a big dump, guys, that was the signal right there. Let's see. Can you give me tips on the volume profile placement? Shout out to Mr. Jones. We actually talked about this recently. And we talked about it last night on the live stream. I think we were doing it for maybe Crypto Totoro, maybe it was Metabytes. I don't remember who we were doing it for. But essentially, how I look at the volume profiles, I would actually say this in short. I would experiment. I would experiment. Did you get Tony D something for Secretary's Day? Is Secretary's Day a thing? Frank said they call assistants COO now. I think it's pronounced coup. But yeah, guys, Tony D, it's really funny. One time he introduced himself to somebody as my assistant, and I called him out live. He's like, yeah, I'm Frank's assistant. And I'm like, no, you're not. And the person was like, wait, what? And I'm like, he's not my assistant. I don't know why he says this. But I don't know. I think he thinks it's funny. I don't know. Tony D is not an assistant. It's like, yeah, an assistant could not do Tony D's job. That's for sure. I don't think we dump until late tonight. Shout out to Point Dexter. Still got an hour for the 4-hour candle to close and trigger wave. And money flow is up. Yeah. Like I said, shout out to Learning. Let's see. Tony Candles. Let's go. Shout out to Brent. Says we got a Waffle House formation on the charts. Shout out to Brent. There is an actual Secretary's Day. Very interesting. But yeah, guys, just generally, if we continue to pump here, like if we just continue to slowly push up, would look to, again, we've looked at these levels on the live stream for quite some time now. I will be looking for rejections potentially at the value area low, POC confluence right here. Let's come down to maybe the 4-hour, get a little bit of a closer look here. But yeah, this is kind of what I would be looking at. I don't know why this box moved. But yeah, we'd be looking to potentially push up to bearishly retest that POC / value area low. It's very similar to Ethereum, right? Ethereum pushing in to a similar level. No, not really. I guess we're not testing the value area low. But yeah, just looking again, guys, money flow on the 2-day coming out. Money flow on the daily. Crossing into the red. So with the daily green dot looking to print even on ETH, if we push up higher, I will be more comfortable shorting the lower highs because of the way the money flow looks on the higher time frames. I can't be more clear about that, or I want to be very clear about that. So if Bitcoin does wind up pushing up here, I'm not really getting too excited. I am just looking at these to be potential lower highs before coming down lower. But again, it's going to be a little easier to assess the situation once we come up to some of these levels to kind of anticipate if we are going to get a big move up or if we're just going to put that lower high in and continue down. But I will say this, the 2-day money flow, even if we get a move up to our value, here's another thing we can see happen, guys. Let me pull up the fresh chart, come to Bitcoin. Here's another thing we can see happen. If you take a look at our local range, right, we could even push up to this value area high of our local range and still get a rejection from there and come down lower. So I will say this, the daily VWAP is coming up on Bitcoin. The 2-day VWAP is starting to come up. And some of the VWAPs on these daily timeframes are starting to come back up. But because of the way money flow is coming down, that is indicating a move. The trend is likely to continue down, right? So I'm not saying we can't get a move up. I want to be very clear about that because I think this is something that a lot of people may have confused about looking at the charts, right? VWAP, the money flow is coming out. So I am expecting a downtrend. But what happens in a downtrend? When you have a downtrend, typically there are moves to the upside, right? Move up. Right? So you get a move up, but you're still in a downtrend. So we could easily get a move up here, even over the next week or so. We could wiggle our way up. But if we put in a lower high and come back down, again, it is just going to be a downtrend. So we would get a move up. We could get a move up here, just like we did here and here. But generally, the trend is likely to continue down. This is why I am saying I am more comfortable shorting the lower highs, because even if we get a bounce here, even if we come up up here, I would feel more comfortable shorting these key levels, right? Putting in lower highs because money flow is coming out, indicating the trend will continue down, even if we get a pump today, right? So I want to be very clear about that because I think a lot of people may get confused when I say, oh my God, it looks like we can get a pump, but I'm looking to short the lower. I feel like it gets very, very confusing. So I always try to be, as clear as possible. Shout out to Dave Digital said, I've been long on Frankie's stash for 13 years. It's finally starting to, it's covered up by something starting to, I got to wait for it's covered up, Dave. I got to wait for it to push up. I got to wait for someone else to chat before I read that. Let's see. There it is. It's finally starting to print. Shout out to Dave Digital. At Dave, he's 13 years already? Shout out to Tanner A. All right, let's see. All right, Waffle? Solana, we can take another look at Solana. I don't think I actually did TI. I think we just looked at it. Oh, no, we did look at this. We did this already. You could scrub back to see my full analysis, but just real quick, I'll just give you the quick and dirty on Solana here, brother. We got to get above this value area low. If you don't get value area high, if you don't get above this level at 25.12, you cannot continue higher, right? This is a key level to flip. Actually, I will say, again, in the short term, money flow coming out here. I would be careful here with Solana because if you get stuck below this value area high, it may wind up giving you a bigger rejection down toward that point of control, coming in at about right here at $20.65. Now, if you get above this level, and again, you hold 4-hour candles, close 4-hour candles and above this level, I would expect a move to the upside. But that's kind of your line in the sand. This is definitely your key levels, $25.14. You got to get above that. Heard it here first. Dave Digital enjoys oh God, shout out to maybe Band-Aid. I'm going to cut that one short. INJ, thank you for the reminder. We will take a look at INJ. Just as a general sentiment here, guys, I am bullish on decentralized perpetual exchanges, which INJ is a let's take a look. I am bullish. I do want to mention GMX, Apex, these decentralized exchanges that let you trade with leverage. I will be bullish on these moving into the next bull run. I think it is a potential narrative that we could see play out, especially because we saw so many exchanges having trouble in the bear market. We could potentially see these platforms become more popular and more popular. But let's go ahead and take a look at INJ. Taking a look at the daily. Let's go ahead and remove all the TA that we have here and start fresh. That's not what I wanted to do. Let's remove the drawings. Take a look at the daily. And here we are. Okay, so you're definitely at support here, guys. And by support, I simply mean structural support, right? Big rejection at this level and a big support resistance flip here to come to higher prices. And we are now revisiting this level. I will go ahead and pull a range right here. And let me actually pull this back one candle right here. Actually, I'm going to pull it back one more candle. There we go. Okay, so this is what I would be looking at. You want to hold this level between the POC and the value area low. I would be looking to hold this as support. Let's turn on the VPVR as well and just take a look at the overall volume here. So, I would say, VWAP coming back up on the daily, 16-hour VWAP looking to come up. But again, guys, look at money flow. again, just like everything else, if we get a move up on INJ, I would be more comfortable shorting the lower highs because of the way your money flow looks on the higher time frames. 12-hour money flow coming to the downside. 16-hour money flow coming to the downside. Daily money flow slightly leaking out here. Your higher daily time frames are starting to come out with money flow as well. 3-day starting to curve out. 4-day got nice 4-day bear div here as well. Ooh, I would look, guys, like short term, I would look for a potential bounce because of the VWAPs on the lower time frames. But you definitely have a bearish divergence printing on your 4-day. Money flow is generally slightly coming down. It's almost flat, but it is generally coming down. However, lower time frames, 12-hour green dot looking to print, 10-hour green dot is confirmed. So even this daily VWAP, if you get a move up off this daily green dot, this might be a chance to get a push to the upside. But because of the way money flow is coming out on these higher time frames, I would actually look for shorts on any pumps to the upside. So if we wind up getting a move up, I will go ahead and just pull a full fib here from the high to the low. And I will mark this out if we get back up to the value area high, which I don't know if that's likely. But if you do wind up getting that, I would be looking for a deviation out of the range and potential short entries as you deviate. But I just don't know if you're going to get that. I don't know if you're going to come up that high again. But if you do, I would expect something like this. If money flow still looks the same as you pump up, I would look for a potential lower high to come in here at that golden pocket. But I don't know if that's the real golden pocket that I would be paying the most attention to. But yeah, I would definitely be looking within this purple box for a rejection. So even if you wind up coming up and you don't tap the golden pocket, you reject the value area high, that would be a nice place to put in a lower high and continue to the downside. And if you come to the 4-hour, I would like to pull this fib as well from this high to this low. This would be another level that I would watch for a potential rejection. So there you go. These are kind of the major levels. If you do get a push up, these are the two major levels I would be looking to short as a lower high. So there you go. There's INJ. Again, I do think you could bounce, in the medium term once you get these green dots on the 12 and the 16 and the daily, even the higher time frames like the 2-day. That's likely going to give you a green dot at some point as well. But again, if you get that pump because of the way money flow looks and because money flow indicates the longer term trend, I will be looking to short those lower highs. All right, let's see. I don't remember when we had such a boring FOMC. Yeah, last time was not that exciting either, at least during the meeting. But yeah, definitely watching paint dry here, guys. This is almost an exact repeat of last time. Just very, very boring price action here. Should we? Let's see, is it printed on the 12? All right, let's see here. Let me just pull up my phone here, guys, for no specific reason. Definitely not for a degenerate trade. Let's go ahead and, like I said, we'll put in. I'm going to put in a little bit of a degenerate hedge here, but do not copy this, guys. I'm not even. I'm going to be a little sketch on how I enter this, but. I will say, this is a very risky trade, guys. Very high chance that I'm going to get stopped out on this. Just so you guys know, I am going to get stopped out, not liquidated. But even if I were to get liquidated on this trade, I am completely fine losing this money. This is a gamble, in my opinion. All right, let's see here. Bada boom. Let's go ahead and adjust that leverage. Oh boy, no, we're not going to go super. We'll go 50x. We'll go 50x, guys. 51x, just because I don't feel like. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so this is a $50,000 position almost. No. I'm sorry. Not a $50,000 position. That is way off. It's a $5,000 position. $5,000 position off of $100, less than $100 in margin. So yeah, we'll go ahead and see $20 with 200x leverage. Let's go. Shout out to Tanner. Hey, I do not recommend that. My friend. But hey, you're your own man. You can do your own stuff. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know, guys. Like, this is definitely choppy. Like, this is not. I would not be confident in this trade. I would not be confident in this. So I may enter it. I may not. I probably won't. I have to be very careful about how I handle this, guys, because I don't want people copy trading me, at least for this. Sometimes I give you guys hints on the live stream, right? I show a good setup, and I'm like, hey, I don't know. I'm just saying this would be something I'd be looking at, right? Like sometimes I'm a little funny about it. This is not one of those cases. This is a completely degenerate trade that will most likely lose, just so you know. The one thing we do have on our side here, never mind. You don't have it on your side anymore. The divergence on the 1 hour is basically invalidated. Yeah, I don't know. I might not take it, guys. I actually might not take this. I might let the long play out here because I'll be honest, guys. I don't like taking degenerate trades, even though I am fully aware. Thoughts on Theta? We could take a look at Theta. I don't like taking degenerate trades because it builds bad habits, even if you're doing it for fun. I'm obviously, even though I am clearly fully aware that this is not how you should trade, I don't even like doing it because it builds bad habits. So, yeah, take that for what it's worth. Let's see. Thoughts on Theta? Let's take a look here. I was actually looking at Theta last night. It was actually looking somewhat decent for a short. Yeah, it's kind of hard to say here with Theta just because of the way the money flow looks, guys. Yeah, money flow crossover into the green on the daily. 16-hour looking for the bear div. Yeah, I would be very careful. If you are looking to short Theta, I'm not saying that it won't play out, but I would be very careful. Let me look at the regular candles. I would be very cautious for a very specific reason, and that is money flow, right? So you definitely have a bear div potentially looking to print here on the 16-hour. Now, this could be a very, very good place to, this could wind up bringing us down. But the thing is, daily money flow would indicate that the trend is likely to continue to the upside. So you don't want to get into a situation where you're looking to short Theta back down here, and then you just wind up putting in a higher low and then continuing to the upside. You're going to wind up getting crushed doing that, right? Even the 2-day money flow curving up. This actually looks pretty good. VWAP is calling for a cool off. So I will say this. It does look like it wants to cool off, but I'd be very, 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 very careful holding that trade for very long. I would rather wait for price to pump up a little bit and find a local area or a local level to find a short position, right? So are we testing? Okay. Yeah, I would just be careful. Ooh, yeah. Like I'm not seeing... Yeah, like there's not really an entry signal right now. Money flow coming up on your 7-minute, 12-minute money flow. Let's see. Yeah, I would be careful. I would be careful. I mean, you definitely have divergences here, right? 2-hour bear div confirmed. You definitely came up. I would maybe look for a golden pocket retest. Maybe we're getting one right now. Let's see. Pull it from the high to the low. That was a little bit of a rough pull. Let's see. Yeah, you might have come up to test. Yeah, you might have tested this local. Hard to say here, guys, on Theta. The one thing that freaks me, it definitely looks like it wants to cool off, right? Like, let's look at the 8-hour. You get an 8-hour bear div. Yeah, 8-hour bear div printing. So at this point, just how I would handle this trade, guys, if I were looking to short this, I'm not saying I necessarily am, but higher highs on your price action, lower highs on your momentum weights, you are printing that bearish divergence on the 8-hour. So I would kind of wait for a retest here. And again, we did retest that 786 golden pocket. That might have been the retest. But if I were looking to short this, guys, I would not be looking to hold it for very long, if I'm being totally honest with you, right? I would potentially... Yeah, let me see here. Let me grab a short position. Like, let's say we got in here. Stop loss. I mean, yeah, this is like a horrible risk to reward to have your stop up here, but maybe you wanted to put it just above this previous candle, come down to a lower time frame. Yeah, maybe you put it above this wick. I wouldn't be looking to ride this thing down much further than the value area low. I don't even know if you're going to get back down there. I would just be a little cautious here, guys, just because of the way money flow looks. It doesn't look like Bitcoin, right? Maybe you look to ride, like this isn't horrible. This is like a 1.9 risk to reward. This isn't a horrible setup here. But again, like the confirmations are not really there. There's no real, entry signal, in my opinion, to go short here. In my opinion, if you were looking to short Theta, like the entry was more likely at this 4-hour bear div printing, or even maybe even the 8-hour. But here's the thing with this, guys. Like, I would look to get a swing trade off of an 8-hour bearish divergence, but this isn't looking like super, super saucy. If we had the bear div into a key level of resistance with money flow coming out, that would be a much better setup. Dumpski starting. Interesting. Did we? That would be really, really, really. Yeah. Where was the 12-minute bear div? That was what I'm. Oh yeah, there's the 12-minute bear div. There's the bear div. Let's see if it pushes us down. But yeah, guys, on theta, I would just be careful because that 8-hour bear div and all as well as the other bearish divergence that we were just looking at on the higher time frames, you don't have money flow coming out like super aggressively like you actually would rather see, right? So just not the best setup there, but it does look like it might want to push down a little bit. I just wouldn't bank on this thing dumping. I would be very, very cautious if you're looking to trade that. All right, let's see. I'd take one. I'd take one on Solana. Confirmed 15-minute divs. Interesting. Let's take a look at Solana. Yeah, there you go. Like, I mean, even this, like, money flow is not necessarily coming out as I would like to see it. 24-minute bear div. This Solana looks toppy if I'm being honest. And again, you want to remember, like, here's the context. You are at key resistance. This value area high is key resistance. So, when you're getting a 24-minute bear div, money flow is kind of flat here. 12-minute money flow is, it's kind of flat, almost coming up a little bit. Money flow kind of coming down on the 15-minute bear div printing. What's the 4-hour doing? 4-hour VWAP's coming down. Money flow coming up. It's kind of hard to call, guys. Money flow coming up on the 2-hour. This is looking toppy. I do think there's probably a good chance, to be 100% honest. This is probably going to cool off a little bit. But again, because of the way money flow looks on some of these time frames, 4-hour, 5-hour, even the 3-hour crossing into the green, a lot of VWAPs looking to cool off. So I do think a pullback is likely, but I just wouldn't be looking to short this thing down to zero. I would be very, very, very careful about where you short this thing to. Because again, the money flow would indicate that an uptrend will continue. No guarantees. But yeah, I would just be careful. I wouldn't expect this thing to dump down to absolute zero. I wouldn't really expect it to be that explosive of a move. Big level to watch, in my opinion, would be this level right here. I would actually draw this as a box, if I'm being honest. Right about here. I would look for some support. I'm actually going to turn this blue for support. Bada boom. Yeah, you could even maybe, I would even maybe move this to the whole golden pocket here. Yeah, I would start to, if you are lucky enough to get a cool off and get a move back down to this golden pocket, I would look to probably be taking profits here because I would be cautious of a higher low to come in here and then continue us to the upside just because of the way money flow looks. But VWAPs do look like they want to cool off here, so not impossible to get that to play out. All right, let's see. Bada boom, bada bing. 550 people still in here, guys. Don't forget to smash the like button. We will be adding to our giveaway on tomorrow's live stream if we hit 1,000 likes. I don't think we're going to get it today, but we will add those spins to tonight's live stream wheel spins, which will inevitably wind up being some more giveaways. Let's see. Yeah. Let's see. Bitcoin continuing to struggle a little bit here. And what happened, though, guys? What happened? Rejection off your value area high. 12-minute bear div. There it is. Did wind up giving a little move down. Reliable, again, wasn't this particular trade, obviously a little bit dicey as we have the news and the FOMC going on. But very, very likely that when you see this happen, guys, you get some kind of a reaction to the downside when you hit these key levels with bearish divergences. So yeah, if you did not get a short entry here, I would, kind of what I would be looking at is a potential golden pocket retrace, right? Wait for price to retrace. Do not chase the purple candles. Yes, you may miss the move, right? You may miss the move to the downside if you wait for a retest. But it's better than getting absolutely wrecked. And then you do have some confluence. So these are kind of where I would look for the lower highs to come in locally for a potential short. Yeah. I would also, yeah, I would watch these levels for potential lower highs on Bitcoin. And let's see if we'll get it, or if we're just going to absolutely yeet to the downside. Let's see. Yeah, shout out to Pop E22. Says it's hard to bet on alts when BTC leads every single coin. If BTC dumps, it doesn't matter what any other altcoin chart says. That alt is going to dump. In my honest opinion, why bother unless we are in altcoin season? Shout out to Pop E22. And this is mostly why I do most of my leverage trading on Bitcoin, right? Because I can see a fire setup on an altcoin, but then you also got to keep a very close eye on Bitcoin because if Bitcoin gets an absolute nuke to the floor, obviously the altcoins are likely going to follow. So this is I actually wound up getting wrecked when I first started trading. I actually wrecked myself a lot doing this in the beginning, thinking that the altcoin will just give me a bigger percentage move. But then I would see a fire setup on, Atom or something, and I would go for a short, and then Bitcoin would rip, and then everything else would, rising tide lifts all ships. And then you see the altcoins fly too, and I would just get wrecked like that. So if you're out there and you're new to trading, I would recommend to start off by just trading Bitcoin, right? Like master that one asset and then move on to the altcoins after you fully understand what is going on. Long is still in profit. Yes, that is my long. I don't know if you're talking about your long or my long, but my long is still in profit. It's like almost in the same amount of profit it's been this entire stream. But guys, I again, like I said, I had to be a little bit tricky about this because I don't want people copy trading me. This is definitely a risky setup, even though we did get a big dump to the POC. And again, I will just hammer this home, guys. The bearish divergence on the 12 and the 15-minute were good signals as you deviate out of your value area high to get a reversal down. Where are you expecting price to go? The POC. Where do we get this bounce from? The POC. So just take that for what it's worth. Anytime you're looking at any asset on the chart, when you're looking at the volume profile, this is very, 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 very profitable trading. So and that just played out in like real time, right? We came right down to that POC and tapped it perfectly, right? And then we slipped it and got a bounce from there. Look at that beautiful hold on support of the POC. You go from the value area low. When you lose the value area, you break out of the value area high. When you lose the value area high, where are you going to go? Straight to the POC, and boom, we see it happen once again. So that is, take that for what it's worth. Again, I didn't want people copy trading me here, but that is, again, I will still say, even though we got the move right down to the POC, still definitely a risky trade here just because of, the volatility that we may see. Sometimes you see that aftermath volatility. So still be careful, even though most of the noise is over at this point. I would definitely still be a little bit careful. But guys, I think that's all the time we got for today's live stream. Somebody said, look at, check Doge. We did check Doge. You could just scroll back a little bit. You'll see it. We did take a look at it already. Ethereum. Let's see it. Come on, ETH, show yourself. Oh, no, we got to look at this chart. Take a look at the ETH. Oh, my God, guys. The short zone. Fully respected by ETH. God, man, there's got to be a good clip from last night's live stream. Looking for that move up from the value area low to the POC or the local golden pocket, and that's where you look for your rejections, and boom, you come in, you tap that golden pocket, absolute move to the downside, and that's how it works, guys. That is beautiful. Look at that. All right, let's see. Maybe Band-Aid said I regret not taking that degenerate trade. Let's see. Altcoins are pegged to ETH sometimes too. Yes, absolutely. Let's see. XRP even got a little bit of a cool off. So yeah, guys, I would again. This is our main thesis here: is that I am more comfortable shorting the lower highs, right? I am definitely more comfortable with the way money flow looks on a lot, at least Bitcoin. The way money flow is looking on the higher time frames does look like we may wind up getting a continued move to the downside, and that's why I'm more comfortable shorting. And I guess you do have somewhat of a tiny bearish divergence here on the 1 hour, but money flow is fighting against you. Very, 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 very hard to call. But guys, I think that is all the time we got for tonight's live or today's live stream. We went for about 2 hours, full live stream or full Frankie Candles live stream. But I appreciate everybody for tuning in, guys. Just basically lackluster price action again for another FOMC meeting. Maybe we'll get a little bit of a delayed reaction, but hopefully you guys got some insight. Yeah, shout out to anybody who took any degenerate shorts. Again, I didn't recommend anybody would do that. However, hopefully, if that did happen, if you did wind up getting into that trade, please manage your risk very, very tightly right now, guys. And with all that being said, I would look for a continued move down here, guys. Again, it's really, really hard to call. I almost don't even want to get off the live stream because I want to wait for something to happen. But yeah, I mean, nothing really happened. We're just sitting in our local range here. So be careful out there. Still got the long open, still still in decent profit, about up 5% still. I will be holding that to break even. If I get stopped out, I lose no money. Can't really hate on that. Like I said, whether I entered that short or not is another story. But if we do come back up, I would look. Let me just share my screen really quickly. If we do wind up coming back up here, I would just showed the areas where I would be looking for a potential rejection. I'll just pull it up on this chart. I would basically be looking at the Fibonacci retracement levels to potentially put in a lower high. I guess I'll pull it. This is a cleaner chart. So I would basically be watching this overall fib. And I mean, I would be watching this. Let me pull the range really quickly so I can get the value area. Boom. That is, I would also, I would look for a potential test of the value. Yeah, I would look at this level right here. Again, if you were unable to get a position there, hard to call right now, especially with the wonky price action, obviously based off of the meeting. But if we get back up here, that would be the next place I would be looking to short if you're looking for an entry. This is kind of where I would look for the confirmations to potentially hedge my long in case we do absolutely melt down for some reason and we do get a bigger move to the downside. That's kind of what I'll be looking at, guys. And then I'll get stopped out at break even right about here for my long, and then my short will be deep in profit, hopefully, if we get that move down. But guys, with all that being said, that's all the time we got for today's live FOMC coverage. Sorry that the audio didn't work on the actual live stream, guys. Again, like I said, we did get a new computer, so all those problems are going to be gone. I'm using a not great laptop, so that's why that keeps happening. But there we go, approaching that purple box, guys. God, they're not going to let me end this live stream. Approaching our purple box here, but again, guys, very dangerous here. Very, 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 very dangerous trading. I don't typically trade this stuff, guys. So just take that for what it's worth. I trade every single day. I don't trade the news. I don't trade this news. So take that for what it's worth. But with all that being said, guys, that's all the time we got for today's live FOMC coverage. Next FOMC meeting, we will not have audio problems. I'll probably just do it from home, to be honest, because that studio is way better set up for live streams like this. But with all that being said, guys, I will see you at 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the actual Frankie Candles live stream right after ATB. Shout out to my boy DZ. Lackluster price action, guys. Just watching paint dry, but it won't be forever. Guys, when Bitcoin goes sideways, sometimes it takes a nap and you don't want to wake it up, because when you wake her up, sometimes she gets real nasty. But guys, I'll see you at 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you all for tuning in. Smash that like button on your way out. And I love each and every single one of you. That's all I got. Frankie Candles out. Bing. Bong.
Get my cash right, cause I spent it all last night. Said I'm good to go, only if the bag right. Hit it, then you know I gotta do the dash right. Told her how I'm living, welcome to the fast. Get my cash right, cause I spent it all last night. Said I'm good to go, only if the bag right. Hit it, then you know I gotta do the dash right. Told her how I'm living, welcome to the fast life. It's the life I chose, living on the road. Let's go take a trip, got a couple shows. We don't even vote, but you know we taking pose. phase, got a lot up on my plate. Finish that tomorrow, cause I gotta live today. Get my cash right, cause I spent it all last night. Said I'm good to go, only if the bag right. Hit it, then you know I gotta do the dash right. Told her how I'm living, welcome to the fast. Get my cash right, cause I spent it all last night. Said I'm good to go, only if the bag right. Hit it, then you know I gotta do the dash right. Told her how I'm living, welcome to the fast life.
Fast life, new chains. Shout out to Kicks and Dale. Y'all better wish me well. Too sick on a different trail. You know how I get down when it comes to the bag. When it comes to the raps, gotta pick up the racks. I'm running them laps, good ass weed. Waiting on me at the spot. Promoters, they loving a nigga, they send a deposit, I'm sending the drops. I'm running around with the baddest, she get the fetty and I get the why. Business on the scene, might like the doors and fucking the shop. The money is out of my range, need to hit the foreign exchange. Turn this cash to USD, right before I hit my plane. That's when I order my drinks, then I convert and wrote my verse to this. Right after my champagne, I'm counting my money like damn, I work for this. Woo, now I'm landing, left you where you standing. Guess who still can't trust these hoes, I live with my bandit. I got shit to do, you can't fuck up my planning. If I wanna see tomorrow, then I gotta let it bang.
Get my cash right, cause I spent it all last night. Said I'm good to go, only if the bag right. Hit it, then you know I gotta do the dash right. Told her how I'm living, welcome to the fast life.